Good afternoon, everyone. It is Tuesday here at Lapis Lakeside, Suicune week 2, and we're gonna hop right into the sleep report. So this will be the first report of the second week. I am at Lapis this week, even though technically it could be more strategic to go to Cyan Beach because you get more water types. More water types means more mains. More mains is good. But I, for one, have a lot of Pokemon at Lapis Lakeside that I really want to hunt for, so this would be a good week to do it. I'm hoping to find Chikorita, Stuffle, and a lot of other Pokemon that tend to show up here. So, wait, that was way fast. I feel like there have been too many days now where it's a weird sleep pattern. Also, in terms of the percentages, I have no idea. This is slumbering, apparently. I'm pretty satisfied with that. That should mean a good chance for Stuffle. I really still need a good corn Pokemon. I don't have that yet. And the week 2 of Suicune, we started at 125,000 strength. And so getting to 400,000, 420, that was blasted. It's pretty good for day 1. So this week, as stated in yesterday's video, I'm just going to go a very focused strategy on the primary account and then just see what happens. I'm not looking to do a lot of cooking. I got desserts and I'm not going to reset my game 10 more times to roll for salad. So, okay, we got Top Belly, Sudowoodo, Quaxly 1, Quaxly 2, Quaquaval, Slowpoke, Volteria, I like that candy, Riolu, Wartortle, whoa, that was a lot of water types. And one of those Quaxly was the incense. I'm surprised why there would be 9 encounters. Oh, I didn't reach Masters, so I didn't fulfill my early week goal of getting to the max total number of encounters possible, which is 10 when you have the good cam ticket, plus the incense. No, and my game is freezing. Alright, we're back. The game froze, the sound disappeared, but it was actually just the phone being in silent mode, and that affected the casting, so... Alright, we got a Hungry Wartortle, Hungry Slowpoke, and that's it. And we got a Premium Biscuit to spend. I think overall, the better Pokemon to befriend here could potentially be the Slowpoke. The only thing, though, is I already have a lot of good Slowpoke to choose from, and I mean, it would be nice with some candy for Blastoise, but overall I am a little bit curious still on the Quaxly, and so even if it's just for candy, I think overall it's a good idea. So if I remember correctly, I do have an AAB Quaxly. We can bring it up in the widget. We got Quaquaval. AAB would mean beans leak. And if you look at the average values of the drops when you have beans at level 30 and leaks at level 60, pretty sure those are the highest value drops in those slots too. And that's something that I don't feel like anyone's talking about now in the metagame to optimize not only for a good ingredient list, but what does that actually mean? It's not always AAA, and in the case of Ditto, for example, AAC or ABC can even be the most viable, where you get Tails in the C slot, and then at level 30, maybe you go for that second slot for Oil, and so you have Oil, Tail. Or just go all the way, Oil, Leak, Tail for that ABC set. But Quaquaval has a big disparity between the average values of that drop at level... Whoa, that was way fast. 30 I mean, for the 5 beans and the 2 leaks. Leaks is roughly 340, something like this, and beans is 500. That's a big difference if you estimate the overall production. So anyway, we caught a Quaxly yet again, and I am a little bit curious still about this Slowpoke, so I'm going to waste 1 Pokebiscuit at it, see if it mega hits. Does not, but good points either way, so... I am also tempted by this Wartortle. I am in short supply of the candies for Blastoise. I have a really strong Blastoise. I would like for it to get to level 60 at some point. So maybe we can have a look at my Blastoise and revisit my Quaxly. So I think for this session, the best candy to send to the friend list would be the Quaxly. Potentially also Wartortle, but I feel like Blastoise has been top tier from the very beginning, so to an extent I am... Well, I know Brovinnie really wants the Slowpoke candy these days, so I'm just gonna send that. It's a close second though, I think, with people wanting to get to that level 60 with the double tails on the Slowpokes, but yeah. So here's the Quaxly. Adamant nature, awful. That is really, really bad. It is up speed, down ingredients, and Quaxly happens to be an ingredient specialist, so that's not going to be good. And also the ingredient list. We do not want to see oil in this list. That is awful. And double beans is questionable. We still need to have that discussion later on at some point. We got inventory, skill trigger, helping speed S, ingredient finder M, ingredient finder S. With the exception of the speed up here, if we just Uno reverse and flip everything upside down to where we have ingredients earlier on, different. Yeah, we just need to fix everything here, and that's just not going to work out. So I nicknamed it just a blank so that we can quick bin it later. And then maybe we can revise a little bit on the strategy here at Lapis Lakeside. What I find interesting with this week in week 2 is, if I'm not mistaken, I think this is the first time they have made a big sized event such as Suicune, where you can go to a different area. And so that means essentially for the berries at Lapis Lakeside is usually the fighting type, the grass type, and I can't remember the last one. Mago, Psychic. But here it is 2 random and the event berry. So my Lapis team overall is not particularly strong, and I thought it would potentially be a good idea to try to set a new record and hunt for some of those Pokemon that I've been wanting to find. Although I'm starting to realize that trying to find these other Pokemon during event weeks where you end up finding 7 water types when you kind of wanted Stuffle, then oh well. So the overall team here, one of you guys commented. Hang on. How does this work? So is this a bug or is this the way it is intended to be? So limited time missions. Volume 1. I thought I messed up yesterday, and I was pretty upset about that because I forgot to check the mission to just add a biscuit, or not saying, man, it's late in the day. Apologies. Add an incense for the last just session of the week, and I forgot. Usually I tend to remind you guys in these videos, like check the missions and all that stuff, but I forgot for myself. So the fact that I was able to claim that is pretty huge. I will get a Stuffle instance this week when hitting Master 3, which is not too far away. That I'm excited about. And I would like some more candy for my Tyranitar and the Walrein. Walrein is getting ridiculously close. It's like 400 EXP away from level 60. So that's pretty exciting. And then, yeah. I went past my bedtime yesterday, so yeah. 3 should be fine though throughout the week, and we're doing some cooking, and all this looks nice. So I think I don't have to worry too much about that now that I got that lucky roll on the 2nd week. So okay, my overall team. So one of you guys commented on my Blastoise. I should probably switch it out for a different Pokemon, like a berry specialist or something like this. But if you sort by ingredient gathering, just by ingredients, I understand it's just milk, which then becomes a filler, but 3rd in ingredient farming is huge, especially when you compare it to some of these other Pokemon. And then I feel like there are just a lot of advantages with this Blastoise this week. So not only is it helping bonus, it's a fast Toad, so I'm getting Favored Berry. And then on top of that, I get 1.5 times the skill rate this week because of the event, as well as 3 extra levels to the main skill. So yeah, so far I would say this ingredient magnet has probably triggered 2 to 4 times a day, which is like 80 ingredients at this point in time. You can see level 6 would be down here. It's 21 ingredients per proc, and that is a lot. I would like for this Blastoise to get to level 60 sometime soon. The interesting thing here is I do have Sylveon, which is producing a lot of milk. Like, it's coming in volumes, and that's just from that level 60 drop with the milk, and I guess to the level 1. But yeah, then I also have a mono Cacao Absol, and together the Sylveon and the Absol produces a lot, and then I guess I can just tag team the Blastoise and the Absol to get more milk or more cacao depending on what I want. But right now it's way too much milk. Like, I almost don't get to use the Blastoise because it's just milk. And yeah, these skills are crazy. Helping bonus, speed up nature, ingredient finder M, helping speed M. And as you can see up here, Blastoise has a really high ingredient rate to begin with, so this ingredient finder M here is nice. And I can also spoil you guys a little bit. I'm working on updating the whole widget. So as of now, it's just the left side. I've also finished the middle so that I can have side-by-side Pokemon comparisons. That's going to be fun to get back to. And then also, I've been working on the widget Dream Simulator expansion. And what I'm trying to do now is to get as close to a calculator as possible to where when I put in the sub-skills, we can see the effects of the traits too. So for example, if we put on the ingredient finder M and the ingredient finding up nature and ingredient finder S in the sub-skills, then we can see live what this ingredient rate becomes. I'm having a little bit of difficulty with the frequency. That's going to take a little bit of time, but so far I've sold for the inventory, working on the skill rate and skill rate and the ingredient rate. Those should be fairly straightforward, but the frequency stuff is a mess. I will probably just have to read up on that. So this week the team primarily has been the 3 berry finders here, Walrein, Altaria, and the Feraligatr. And you can see here, the Walrein is super close. I don't have any more resources to spend because I have a level 60 Ditto, close to level 60 Tyranitar, and overall my investments are quite wide as it is, so a little bit short on those. And then whenever I get Altaria candy, just dump it into the no-name. This is a ridiculous Altaria. If you haven't seen it before, it is mono eggs, berry finding, adamant. It's got helping speed coming in at level 75, which I can sub-skill. And then it's got skill level up S and M as a self-healer. So that's pretty strong. So we also have the helping bonus berry finding neutral nature Feraligatr. Pretty strong. Getting close to level 50, but I kind of don't want it to hit level 50 because of that ingredient finder. But then again, it kind of doesn't matter because at that point you just go all in sneaky snacking. But yeah, that is the overall team setup here. And I could potentially consider to switch out the Blastoise at some point. Although for now, I think it works just fine. I'm trying to just work on some of the lower tier dishes and do mostly berries this week. With the lower tier dishes, I'm a little bit curious to see what Select Button will do in the future. What they did with Ninja Salad, where they updated it, made it stronger, made it a bigger dish, makes me wonder if in the future we might not get as many new dishes. They will just stretch the number of dishes that are already available, where they're kind of very similar today. Some very clear losers in the roster of dishes, but as the game progresses and they stretch some of those dishes out, Then maybe working on the area bonus. No, what am I saying? The dish recipe level now, which carries into the future when they do upgrade that dish, is something worthwhile. So yeah, especially now that I have desserts this week. I am not good at desserts. Everything's missing. So yeah, maybe we can talk a little bit about the Suicune strategy for week 2 for now. I think I'm getting close to where I can do a second Suicune encounter. On the primary account here, I'm not too worried about it. Potentially should consider just doing a lot of the Suicune encounters this week. And then we have 2 biscuits here. Oh yeah, something weird happened. I don't actually remember. Why do I have that many biscuits? That's ridiculous. I have 4 Suicune biscuits. And at that point, I may just splurge on a bundle if somehow I would get short. So I'm actually thinking tomorrow would be a good time to do a Suicune incense. I'm nowhere near hitting the tiers where I'll be finding the 2nd star Suicune. So I think I'm just gonna put it on for tomorrow and we can look forward to it. Maybe we can even get lucky with a hungry here. So that should be pretty exciting for tomorrow. So hope you enjoyed this video, and stay tuned for the free-to-play episode, which is coming in not too long. So see you then.